Hello, and welcome to Manifest Your Quest. Every week, I come with some or the other wonderful, eminent guest before me. Similarly, I have a beautiful, absolutely fascinating, enchanting guest before me. She is a joint director with FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. She is a TEDx speaker. She is a poet. She's a writer. Well, guys, actually, there are so few words to actually describe her. She's such an eminent personality. She started her career with Asian Age. She's a journalist, and she's a former journalist. I mean, she has really accomplished a lot in her life. And let me ask her directly, coming from a humble background, how did she achieve all this for herself? Because what I understand, Ankurita Pathak is a very strong-minded person, and she has been able to manifest her quest in her life. So let's understand that. And do not worry, stay put, stay here, and see how you're going to get to understand what is manifestation all about. She will definitely help you with manifesting techniques, her own techniques which she has applied to her own life. Let's see. So welcome to my channel, Manifest Your Quest, and let's see what is in store with us today with Ankurita Pathak. Thank you. Over to you, Ankurita. Hello, Ankurita. So glad to have you here with me on this platform, Manifest Your Quest, where we talk about manifestation, about success, and how did you reach and do all that you have been able to do all these years. So we would like our guest here is here, Ankurita Pathak, who is an eminent personality herself. She is a joint director with FICCI. She has some wonderful stints in her life with journalism and many more. Perhaps she's going to tell us more about it. But here, we would like to know more and more about your stints and your manifestation that you have been able to achieve.
Thank you, Rashid. Thank you for having me once again. You call me an eminent personality. I'm not, I want to be one maybe someday, but I'm not yet one. I'm just a happy personality.
Very modest. Thank you so much. Really love you for this. Thank you.
So, and again, you're talking about where am I or how have I reached here? I'm nowhere as of now. I'm just on my way to somewhere and I want to reach somewhere. And here I want to bring one element from your book, Rashi, Manifest Your Quest, when you said in your first chapter about finding the purpose. And it's not about what I have done or where I am. It is about where I am going. And it is about that particular point where you said that waking up in the morning happily and looking forward to what you do. That purpose, I'm still on my way to find that purpose. I'm happy where I am, but I want to be happier. I want to wake up stressless. I want to stress free. And I want to wake up to something which I always look forward to. This is not really happening to me always, but I'm still on that quest of finding that one purpose which will keep me going. And I think I'm on my way. And talking about the past, I have been a little confused in my life and in my career. All right. My parents, they are academicians. So they wanted me to be in academics. And I thought, as usual, मेरा कि बहुत पढ़ना पड़ेगा, PhD करना पड़ेगा, कॉलेज में पढ़ाने के लिए पढ़ाना पड़ेगा. So I said, नहीं, ये हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा. And I was drawn into a world where I felt that, I should use that I would not say talent, but I would say something that gives me happiness, writing. And I thought probably journalism is one area where you could add, you know, glamour to what you want to do. Basically, that was the thought at that point of time. I thought journalism was a very, very challenging, adventurous, glamorous world. So at that point of time, my parents also gave me a choice of studying, preparing for UPSC. I said, फिर ज़्यादा मेहनत लगेगी, फिर पढ़नी पड़ेगी. So I thought journalism was the easy way out. I did my master's at that point of time. I did a diploma in print journalism. So I thought I was ready for this world. So I joined journalism. I was actually happy doing that. I did some art reviews, some food reviews, and campus reviews. That was just after I passed out. So for me, that was very, very, very uh, whatever I was looking for: challenges, adventures. Going around, reporting, covering different news. Music festivals, doing interviews of people, and in the process, I saw world in a different light when I met different personalities. Somebody was an artist, somebody was a chef, somebody was a politician, somebody was a film star, some socialite, some, different perspectives that I got in my life. And suddenly, by sheer accident, after 2-3 years, of my stint in journalism, FICCI happened. At that point of time, I was trying, because of the schedule, the erratic schedule, I was not able to manage my personal life and my office life. So I thought, FICCI would be probably a more 9 to 5 kind of a job. So that's how FICCI happened to me. And I was not even sure that I wanted to go to the other side of the table. It was like the other side of the table from where I was at that point of time. But it happened and I stayed on. And again, I stayed on because in FICCI, I got an opportunity. My role in FICCI is more of a communications and content specialist. So this is again something which is in sync to what I love to do. So journalism, I tried journalism because again, there I got an opportunity to write. Coming back to FICCI, again, I got an opportunity to write. So gradually I was realizing that writing is my purpose. That gives me happiness. Now, depends on what I'm writing. Then COVID happened. And before that, I was writing in a very random, disconcerted manner. Sometimes on Facebook I post, sometimes I write it and keep it in my notebook. Then all of this, manifested into my book in January 2021. All the writings that those were random pieces of work. So me and my brother, he's also a writer, he's also a photographer by passion. So all his photographs that he had taken, so we were trying to find our joy in our passion, and that passion met into a purpose, and the purpose was like a dream that we held in our hand. That was the moment when I felt that this is the purpose, this is the calling in life. Probably more of such stints would make me more purposeful, more happy, and more in that direction where I'm going. So that's about. I have no qualms about where I began, how my journey manifested, where I am, or probably where I will be in the future. Every moment I enjoy that particular work. There are stresses, challenges every day. Those are inevitable parts of the life. Sometimes you almost feel like, no, today I'm not doing this. I'll give up my job. I'll not get into this rat race. That happens everywhere. And you've so beautifully projected. When I read your book, it felt as if, you're telling my story. That person who suddenly wants to go entrepreneurial from a corporate rat race, and these are all book is a reflection of. I'm sorry.
Not at all. That's absolutely okay. Please let him talk. He's just talking, It's absolutely fine.
He wants attention. He's an attention seeker, This is about, my journey is not very, grand or very exciting, but for me, it is grand. For me, it is larger than
Absolutely.
life.
You know
For me,
what, Ankurita? Whoever has come here on my talk show, it has been more like I have normally chosen those people who have, stepped their way and towards their purpose, toward the manifesting what they want in their life, though they are confused in the beginning, but slowly and gradually a picture has started emerging from all of itself. You started, your book on metamorphosis. Can you talk more about it, if that will give a clearer picture to my viewers as well?
I would love to, that's one project which I'm very proud of.
If you can
I pat
show us
myself
as
on the
well, if you have
back.
by.
I have it. I have it. Just give me a moment. I have. That's the book. It's called Black Coffee and Metamorphosis. It's a co-authored book by me and my younger sibling. His name is Ankurita Pathak. So this is
Uh-huh.
a coffee table book, which is a mix of poetry. It's a combination of poetry and photographs. Photographs are primarily from the Northeast, and um, poetry is general reflection of our thoughts at random. But the book has a structure. The book it's divided into three parts, and we talk about metamorphosis, the transformation of a person's life. It is not like my transformation or my brother's transformation. It's like every individual's transformation. You have phases in life that we all have faced. So the book is divided into three parts. First chapter is called Broken Boulevard, and the second chapter is called Sea of Stories, and the third chapter is called Lavender Mornings. So the first story, The Broken Boulevard, is like our normal experiences in life when we are at our younger self. We're still trying to grapple with life, and we are looking at life in a very black and white kind of a thing. As children, we only know that this is black, this is white. We don't have that gray, or we don't look life at with multiple perspectives. So this first chapter is it's more black and white, that we have used our pictures in black and white, and the poetry is also like a little bit of confused and looking for good things, yet trying to face challenges kind of a thing. Second chapter is Sea of Stories. It is more a mixed melange of black and white and colored. As we grow and as we face life in different elements, we look at different colors of life. We try and understand different emotions. We try and evolve. And also, we don't try and evolve. It's like an organic process of evolution that happens with us gradually. So, and the third chapter is Lavender Mornings. This is probably at a phase where we have gradually, I would not say that we have understood life, but we have adapted to life. We have kind of met with life with how we want to meet life as. So this is like a very colorful palette of Lavender Mornings. We have colorful pictures, colorful poetry which talks a lot about hope. It talks a lot about positivity. These are like, and I have a small piece I would want to, if you allow me, I would want to
Please read
share.
out. Yeah, I was
This is like
about to ask you.
this is a para which basically sums up the entire thought process of the book. I talk a lot about butterflies, transformation of butterflies from chrysalis to the butterfly. That whole, I resonate a lot with that butterfly from that cocoon phase. In the chrysalis, when the body of the butterfly actually it self-destructs, and a new being is created, and from that chrysalis, when it is destroyed, that wing appears, and then the other wing, and then the beautiful creature. And when you see the butterfly, it struggles when it comes out of the cocoon. It struggles, and you feel like this butterfly probably would not be able to fly because it struggles, and gradually that wings will flap, and then the creature will fly away. I resonate quite a lot with that. So I'll just share a small para from here. Aren't we all caterpillars, waiting to transform into beautiful, colorful butterflies? The chrysalis will slowly break, and a little wing will appear, and then another one will unfold. Leaving the empty cocoon, a beautiful creature will fly. We ain't stuck in time, forever delayed. It is but a matter of time. We are all butterflies again. This is a small paragraph which basically encapsulates the thought process behind this book. And Rashi, I must say, this book is something which gave me a real purpose in life. It is like passion meeting our purpose. And I think it is, I don't know, it was not a commercial project for us. It was a very emotional project with us. And we were very invested. And it got very good response from, hotels, from homestays, from individuals. And I've got some, I'll give you one example. I went to a wedding and I met an old man. He must be around 80, and his son had bought the book. And his son introduced me that this is the writer of the book. And he stood up and he said, your thought process in the book, I so identify with it that, I wanted to understand, I wanted to meet the person who is behind this book. And today, it's fulfilled. That was one thing which gave me so much of happiness. And then secondly, a friend's father, he is also an octogenarian, and he read the book and he said, Beta, I read the book whenever I am happy and I read the book whenever I'm sad. Both the times I resonate with it. These are two of my biggest fulfillments when they talk about the book. It has given me
the pleasure you get. Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
And then I realized that this is the purpose in life. This is what I need to do.
If you can actually make someone, make an impact with your work, with your efforts, nothing else is,
How many books you have sold, how many people have actually read it and how many people have actually resonated with it, I feel that happiness, and
absolutely,
that's a different kind of happiness,
It's like your baby being appreciated. And not only that, you feel that what you're doing is in the right direction, right? You
not
are
just
going.
Appreciated, but it's understood. When somebody reads it and understood, like your book. For me, it was like a journal. It felt like as if I am writing it myself, something that I could resonate, something I could identify. And every line I used to read, I used to feel, this is what I think. This is what is right,
So
till the
beautiful.
last chapter, you wrote about being happy in every moment. That is precisely why I said, whether I was a journalist, whether I'm working with FICCI, whether I write, whether I'm a mother, whether I'm a wife, or whether I'm a friend or a, daughter-in-law, whatever it is. See, it cannot always be rosy, but from everything, when you derive some kind of happiness, I think life is fulfilling. That's what it is about,
So beautifully actually said, Ankurita, that happiness, these are the little happiness that we feel that our life is all about. At the end of the day, this is the essence we live for, right? And I would like to know more about these, these philosophical, maybe, I'm talking on a more philosophical term, but I think that these are the very, things that we actually, our life is based on. These are the foundation, and without which we feel that our life is nothing. And we keep striving for that purpose until we reach that happiness, that state of happiness, and that state of bliss.
Constantly evolving. That happiness is also constantly evolving.
Absolutely. And maybe you felt a slight bit of bliss, in those words when you connected with the source, okay, I could give that kind of happiness to the person, my book could give. And, that can really make a difference to someone's life, right? So I would like to know.
And I thought, yes, Rashi, go on. Sorry. I talk a lot. I sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, not at all. So I would like to know, like, for the excellence, what is it that makes you drive towards that excellence?
Excellence is something, very, it's a myth. It's an illusion, I guess, excellence. Whatever you create, if you consider that excellent, I think that's excellence enough, And again, it's a value addition when somebody else tells you that your excellence, I identify with that excellence. So it becomes actually truly excellent. For me, every day I try to do something better than the previous day, whether it is writing, whether it is things like, managing the house, cleaning the house, or cooking, or being a mother, or being a dog parent for that matter. Every day I try to do something better than yesterday. So if, for me it's not a race that I am in. um, it's a race only technically, but it's not a race with somebody else, it's a race with myself, and I decide my own pace. Maybe today I'm slow, maybe today it's not a productive day, it's not a fulfilling day, I have not created anything, I have not written anything, I have not done something which is actually soul fulfilling. Probably I'm doing something in a very mechanical way, something related to the job, something related to the mundane household chores, but you know I'm happy because that day probably I have invested it for planning for the next day to do something better. So for me, that drive for excellence is gradual steps, getting better every day at everything. It might sound very trivial for you. I don't enjoy cooking much, okay, but I'm a mother to a 10-year-old child, so sometimes I have to, to satisfy or dish. I have to dish out something. So in my days of lockdown, I baked some 6 to 7 cakes, Russian. Out of that, only probably one was edible. But I was trying to improve, and I was trying like, "Hey, one day I'll bake a cake which my son can eat." It is that drive. The cake that finally was edible was not excellent, but for me it was excellence, because finally I created something which was edible, like the book. I've been writing since I was 11-year-old, and earning that tad bit of money that the newspaper used to give for a poetry was probably 25 rupees, or for an article was 50 rupees. That whole happiness is excellence for me. It might not be excellence in the normal conventional term for the world, might not be the best, but for me it is my best version. But that best
Absolutely. That is manifestation, you know. You know, those things are actually manifestation.
is best, probably tomorrow I can do better than this best also. So excellence is a quest in itself. It is an everyday journey. It is every day. But wherever you are, if you find that some bit of happiness in it, then, as I said, it could be challenging, it could be a struggle, it could be a failure, it could be a setback. But when you realize that you're moving from where you were to a new place or somewhere ahead, which means you're already successful, you'll move further. You
Correct.
are in that journey of success, because you're
Correct.
not
And
in your past. You're not sulking in the
absolutely.
past. You're not sulking or fretting in the failure that you have faced,
And
but
not
you're
only that,
planning.
you are constantly evolving and you're not the same person as you were in the past. You are a better person, maybe 1% better or 2% better, or maybe, but you are a different person altogether, right? Slowly and growing, evolving into a new person.
You write something today. If I write something, I feel wow, I think it's a good piece. Tomorrow I might read and I might feel that it's not good enough. Today I'll write something better. So it's just constant. That whole pleasure of working on yourself. I think that's what keeps you alive, that's what keeps you going. Someday you'll be like you said, eminent. Someday maybe I'll actually be called eminent by doing some good work.
That's very modest of you again, Ankurita. And now I would like to ask you, what are the regime that you normally follow in the morning that a person with a set, do you have a set routine for yourself? This is for my viewers.
I am a split personality in that form, Yoko. I have a set routine, yet not a set routine. I'm flexible also, but I'm rigid also at some point of time. First thing that I get up and I need to brush my teeth. Uske pehle, I don't even want to talk to people. Okay. So that's one thing I do. And I have been meaning to do, I had tried doing this, staying away from the phone. This is one thing in the morning that I consciously try and do. So even if it is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I sit and I think of nothing. I just sit. I have 2 dogs, so both of them are around. They'll be playing around. They'll be, barking. So that is some kind of a meditative state for me. It's not meditation, but that whole time, if I don't get that 10-20 minutes for myself in the morning, my whole day I feel a little incomplete. So that's one regime that I follow, that me time has to be there. Even if there are people in the house, guests, or even my family back home, if they come, everybody knows that I need this morning time for myself. I don't want to talk to my talk to anybody, talk to my husband or talk to my son, or thankfully the dogs, I don't need to talk to them as such, but they keep on moving around, hovering around me, and looking at me like,
So Ankurita, yes, you were telling me about your morning regime. So we understand that you want to be yourself in a meditative state. That's a beautiful thing
like
that,
a technical meditation. I don't do any meditation as such, but that is a meditative state for me, in the sense that that's the way I like to begin my mornings. That's the way I like to go about starting my day. And then once
mhm.
I have that 10-15 minutes for myself, I get that energy for the entire day, and I jump up with that josh, that okay, let me face this day, and let me uh, try and do something which I didn't do yesterday.
Okay, so the next question I would like to know, like, since you belong to a thinker category, even where your work is concerned, so how do you reinvent yourself in the sense, the strategy part, the thinking part, how do you keep reinventing yourself? What is it? What is the key to it?
Again, as I said, trying to do things which I have not done yesterday. That's one part. Second part, I keep try to read. Try to keep myself updated with whatever is happening around the world. Not that I can grasp everything, but every day I either listen to a podcast, or probably watch a small short video, or read an article, and I feel that some new information in my mind and in my work also at times. See, Rashid, frankly speaking, at some point of time, every day your work gets a little bit dull and drab, in the sense that it becomes monotonous, because the more you are practicing something, the more you get adapt to it, and it becomes easier. But easy things does not challenge your mind, easy things does not stimulate your mind. So you want to do something which actually is challenging or probably stimulating to you. So I try, and even if things are easy, sometimes I try and complicate it myself to add something new to it, a new dimension which probably we have not yet done, and to just experiment. So that's what I do generally.
That's beautiful. And actually, that's giving us a different sense of you, what you are like, and giving us a lot of tips on manifestation. That staying with yourself is how important it is when you need to come out with ideas, and you need to be creative. That me part is very important. Being with yourself, that solitude, and that we are missing out on your voice, dear.
Hear me now?
Yeah,
In my microphone, I guess. So you can hear me now?
yeah, now I can hear you. Yes.
So I was saying that the me part is important, because believing is one thing that is so pertinent in every aspect of your life. Once you start believing on yourself so ferociously, that whatever is happening outside will become immaterial. And the more you believe in yourself, you can manifest your dreams, your achievements, or whatever you want to do, even if it is a small step every day. I think that belief part, that you can do it, it will actually make you do it.
Absolutely. That is so beautifully said. And I hope my viewers are actually hearing you out, because this is one of the most important thing that you have said in this interview. Because here comes the part, if you believe in yourself, manifestation automatically happens, isn't it, Ankurita? So, Ankurita, you have actually told us a very important part about manifestation. So, here, since we are at such a beautiful juncture of the interview, I would like to ask you, with respect to what are the challenges that you have faced, and how did you come out beautifully out of it? And your your messages to my viewers with respect to this question?
Challenges are inevitable, Rashi. Whatever your journey is, whoever you are, challenges are there in different aspects. For me, my challenge primarily was to make the choices. There were always two choices or multiple, probably. There were always choices. So my key was making a choice and taking accountability of my choice, whether it is a successful choice or a failure, but I am accountable for whatever it is. And even if it is a success, it is well and good. I will probably try to make it even better. If it is a failure, I would not, I might cry my heart out. I might feel bad for a while, but it's only for a while. I will definitely move on from there. I will not be stuck where I am. The problem is not the challenges. The problem is not even expressing your emotions by feeling sad or your anger or your depression, for that matter. You know, it's immaterial. But the crisis happens when you choose to get stuck to your failure, when the crisis happens when you choose to stay in your past, you know, when you just need to move on. The moment you move on, you're already moving ahead. You're already moving ahead towards a phase. So I don't see my challenges. So whenever I talk about challenges, when I try and recall, feel all my challenges were probably some kind of learning experience for me. So I don't call them challenges at all. I don't have regrets. I have done things probably which are now, if I look back, I wouldn't have done, or I wouldn't have made those choices. But I still hold myself accountable, and I take responsibility of my actions, good, bad, ugly, whatever that is. I take responsibility. And once I take responsibility, I find my way out. You know? So I will not be able to tell you that, you know, this is the challenge that I have faced, Rashi. There have been multiple. There have been challenges of making taking decisions. I have been staying in hostel for a long time. You know, there were always times when I needed to take decisions for myself, and some decisions probably didn't turn out well for me. Some decision, but I took responsibility of that decision. And Rashi, I'm a very stubborn person also. Okay, even if I do something, I feel that okay, I'm not able to manage it. I try, I give my best. And if it does not work out after that, it's okay. I let go. I don't hold on to grudges. I don't hold on to regrets. I don't hold on to failures. I move on. I get very angry. I am very sensitive. I am very emotional. I get disturbed. I get depressed, but I move on. So wherever there is a challenge, I feel that, you know, those challenges are some kind of stepping stones for me. So my key message is that tell yourself every day that you're capable of doing what you are actually capable of. You tell yourself every day that you have potential of overcoming all your failures. You tell yourself every day that you wherever your journey is taking you, you are looking at the beautiful side of it. Whatever is the bad or the ugly, there will be bad sides, right? There will be challenges. You can't do anything about it. But you keep them aside and you look at the positive part, and you know, entwine your life into that positivity, that every, even the challenges will feel smaller in that point of time. You know, there are bad times. I mean, there has been times when I felt that, you know, nothing is working out. uh, Probably I have not taken the right path, probably I have not done the right thing, probably I'm stuck here, probably I need I'm potential, I have potential to do more, I have potential to receive more, I have potential to be in bigger places, you know. But all of this does not matter when wherever you are, whatever you have, you make the best use of your place, your resources, your people, and you make your life a healthy and a bright life where your happiness reflects in you wherever you are. You know, probably you're not in a very great position, or you might not be happy in where you are. It's okay. It means that you're invested. It means that you are planning for something better. But wherever you are, you should value that. Until and unless you value where you are or who you are, you cannot try and be a different version of yourself, a better version of yourself. So value this, add more value, and you start getting wherever you want to get. So that's what I wanted to say about your question. I hope
Beautiful.
I make some sense.
Like some sense. Come on, Ankurita, it was so beautifully actually the way you have actually laid it out for everyone. It's beautiful, and it actually resonates with all, at least with me, and I am sure it resonates with others as well. How challenges actually resonates with, it actually shapes you. The lessons that you said, that it gives you a kind of lesson, the stepping stone for your future. It actually happens that way, and it happens with everyone. And you have so beautifully actually, being an author, being a writer, you have said it beautifully. And thank you so much, Ankurita, for coming here, giving us so much of time and such wonderful words, such actually rich and wise words coming out of you. It's beautiful. And these are the manifestation techniques that one should follow, taking your challenges in your stride. And definitely it's not easy, but yes, everyone has their own set of challenges. When we deal with it, we come out of it, and you see a different person. As the book Metamorphosis of your says, like a butterfly, we all have the challenges. We do not know when it is going to come to us, but when we go through it, we are a different person altogether, a better version of ourselves, isn't it? It's so beautiful having you. Yes, much more powerful, transformed, absolutely. And let's meet again over some other platform one of these days. And thanks so much for coming on Manifest Your Quest. And with this, let me bring this session to a close. And please keep coming back for more manifestation techniques and more understanding about what is manifestation all about. So keep liking, subscribing, sharing my channel if you like it, and keep coming back. Bye for now. Manifest your quest.